Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about the vertex in Leo in a natal chart. Well, anyway, first thing about vertex in Leo in a natal chart is, well, if you have this placement, you may be encouraged, coaxed, persuaded, even in some cases, even implored to show qualities, or at least greater ones, of gregariousness, extroversion, courage, fortitude, and generosity, being magnanimous, and not necessarily generosity in terms of on a monetary scale in some cases perhaps, but just generous of your time as well even. Also, you might be required by others to be a little bit more extravagant than usual. Now, also you may be requested by others to entertain people. Like say if it's in the fifth house, it could be children. Uh, so if you do have them now, you may be also encouraged to take pride and dignity in whatever it is you do. Um, this could be could be about showing more confidence and self-assuredness than usual. You may be asked to not just win in certain things, but to simply dominate. And now don't get this confused with being domineering, of course. I'm just saying, um, like saying, say if you have this vertex in Leo in the fifth house in your natal chart, it could be dominating in some sport, or even if it's just on a recreational level with your friends. I mean, because it's just about trying to get perhaps to your potential as far as what you can do. Now, um, this could also be about simply being generous with your time is what you may be asked to do by others and being encouraged to do by other people. It could be also about people perhaps trying to pull you, so to speak, toward getting more notoriety, recognition, accolades for your achievements, and about getting credit where it's due and be lauded and praised for your accomplishments. I mean, especially if you have a chart, say, it's very reticent and you have a lot of this more quiet energy, so to speak, and real humble energy, say you have a strong Virgo influence, and I mean, you really, this could be where you might really need to be more encouraged to get more recognition, more notoriety, and be lauded for your efforts and giving and getting credit where it is due. And the thing about it is, it's really, and if you don't do this, well, some repercussions that can occur perhaps could be diminished self-worth. It could be thinking that your efforts were simply wasted. And really, I mean, if you're not getting the credit for what it is, whatever it is you're doing, and it might be feeling somewhat indignant as well in the process, maybe attributed somewhat to others getting more praise and getting more recognition for their efforts than you. Now, it's also important to see what house this falls in, as this could impact the delineation, of course. I mean, generally, it will fall in the fifth, sixth, seventh, or eighth house in a natal chart. And I mean, let's say you got this in the fifth house. This could be about perhaps getting maybe recognition and praise for your efforts connected with your children, if you do have them, if applicable, if perhaps from a romantic partner, and just getting the credit where it's due. And if it's something of a hobby that you're doing or something enjoyable, I mean, you still might want more recognition, or you might be getting be encouraged to have more recognition as far as that goes. And if it's in the sixth house, say, this could be about being maybe more extroverted and gregarious. You might be encouraged to do so with people that you work with, your fellow employees. It could be people that figure prominently in your health life, in your daily routine, and perhaps receiving credit and accolades and recognition for things that you do in terms of your employment. So those are some examples. In the eighth house, it could be trying to get maybe being encouraged, even implored by others to maybe in coax to get more recognition, credit, accolades, what have you, getting more praise for something that might be 8th house related, such as something connected with the astrology, the occult, supernatural. It could be matters connected with digging deep. It could even be from a sexual partner, somebody that you're having an intimate or sexual relationship with, or even making a major transformation or change in your life. So anyway, another thing too to look at, I mean, as far as synastry goes, well, if you have, let's say you have the vertex in Leo, and I mean, if you have it making a conjunction to someone's sun, moon, or ascendant, this could indicate perhaps a fated, ordained, or destined type meeting. It won't necessarily be like as instant or instantaneous connection like the south node, like someone's south node conjuncting another sun, moon, or ascendant, but this could be more like something where initially you might not feel that connection, but as the relationship progresses, it could be where something unanticipated happens and unpredictable happens where you're like, okay, yeah, maybe we are compatible, maybe we have strong compatibility and chemistry. And it doesn't necessarily mean it would be as far as a sexual or romantic one, but it could be a powerful platonic connection as well. And let's say that your vertex in Leo, for example, makes a conjunction to one's Leo ascendant. Well, you might feel drawn and pulled to the outer characteristics and demeanor that the person is showing, outer Leo characteristics that are being projected, such as the flamboyancy, perhaps the charismatic quality of Leo, perhaps the outgoing, gregarious side that is coming up, and the strong presence in general that might be exuded, might be shown strongly from the Leo ascendant person, and the magnanimous and generous qualities that come out very strongly and outwardly. So, and of course, if you have the vertex in Leo making a conjunction to one's Leo moon, there'll be more of a subconscious and unconscious connection that might not be felt instantaneously, but you might feel it later on unexpectedly. And with the sun, it's more about the connection, strong connection with that other person's, with the sun person's inner, be drawn to that person due to the person's inner qualities and the inside of that person, as opposed to the ascendant, which is really like the outside. So anyway, well, the thing too is, as far as this goes, this could be really about looking at this. It's also important to look at, aspects to the vertex in Leo, as well as this could impact delineation to some degree. Let's say, for example, that you have your natal Uranus making a sextile or trine to the vertex in Leo. Well, this could be about, of course, vertex in Leo, as I stated before, it could be about being encouraged and coaxed, perhaps even implored to show certain, to get recognition for whatever, and perhaps even accolades and being praised for whatever it is you're doing. But if you have Uranus making a sextile or trine to it, it could be doing something where you're incorporating some ingenuity or some uniqueness into this as well. Let's take another example. Let's say that vertex in Leo is in the 6th house and it makes an inconjunct to one's Pisces ascendant. Well, you have a little bit of a conflict because, with vertex in Leo, one might be encouraged to do things with nearly inexorable Leo-like energy and use an abundance of energy to perhaps do it. But the thing about it is, if the person has a Pisces ascendant, well, Pisces ascendant is not exactly known for an abundance or surfeit of energy. So the problem is the person might overwork themselves, and even, of course, more, we're talking about Pisces, the inconjunct of Pisces ascendant. Well, Pisces afflictions can be connected with the feet and the toes, so you get the idea. Sometimes you can working for a prolonged period of time, of course, in general can cause vitality issues, which could be common with Pisces, and because they don't exactly have the strongest vitality, but also working hard and vigorously, and could also being on the feet too long could lead to Pisces being on their feet too long and cause problems with their toes and feet, which there are no, which of course those are parts that as far as strong potential health issues for Pisces, because that's what Pisces is connected with anatomically, the feet and the toes, so it can cause problems for that part of the body. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for the Vertex in Leo in a natal chart. Stay tuned next time, where I'm going to be giving you my take on the December 3rd, 2017 supermoon in Gemini. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.